Good morning, YouTube. You're watching Chris on Chris's Real Talk. It is Saturday, the 25th of August, 2018. And today, it's a joyful day for me. It's a joyful day because I saw something as I was scrolling through the feed on social media. As I often do, I have an Instagram account. If you don't know my Instagram account and you're interested in quitting smoking, you can find me as that vape guy with underscores underneath each word. So that's what I have. And I was scrolling through the feed and I saw an advert from Sega. And I thought, it's just unusual. I don't normally see feeds from Sega. I don't follow Sega for anything. Sega! And it said, after popular demand, they're re-releasing Shenmue. But not just Shenmue. No. Shenmue and Shenmue 2. Now let me fill you in for you youngsters out there, you young gamers who never owned a Dreamcast. I have a Dreamcast. I have it still, it works. The VMU, or the virtual memory unit, doesn't work. So I can't play games and save. If I want to play a game, I have to play the game and turn it off. You know, I don't have that luxury anymore. But the best game to this day I ever played, apart from Final Fantasy VII on PS1, the best game I've ever played was Shenmue. Let me break this down for you. Shenmue, back in the day, was so graphically advanced for a Dreamcast that PlayStation couldn't and or wouldn't do it. It wouldn't go on a PS2. For some unknown reason, PS2 couldn't or wouldn't do it. All right? Even when it was remastered. Shenmue 2 was remastered, because Shenmue 2, when it was released on the Dreamcast, was in Japanese. Yeah. And then what happened was, I think back in 2002, it was re-released on the original Xbox. The original Xbox. And the graphics bumped up something ridiculous. It gained a 16.9 aspect ratio, a ton more textures and details. The graphics were amazing, but it was also now in English. And I played through Shenmue, the original, on Dreamcast. I played through Shenmue 2 in Japanese and in English on the original Xbox. And the best thing about Shenmue 2 is if you had never played Shenmue 1, the original Shenmue 2 came with a DVD. And the DVD was basically a movie of the first game made with every single cutscene in order. The game is so big, they made a movie of the first game out of cutscenes. Ah! And you can actually sit and watch it and know everything that's going on and be entertained and be stunned by the beautiful Dreamcast graphics. Seriously, to this day, I have never played a game so epic as Shenmue. Just those two games are amazing. And basically, for you new gamers, you'll never understand it. You may know games like Sonic Racing or Sega Racing, Transformed, blah, blah, blah. And you might see all these different Sega games where you see an unknown character called Ryo Hazuki. A lot of you guys see this character in Sega games called Ryo Hazuki. And you don't know who he is. It's like, he's a Sega character, but who is he? Who is this Sega character? Who is Ryo Hazuki on his bike? Ryo Hazuki is the main character. He's the hero of Shenmue. All right? And it doesn't matter what I tell you. So, spoiler alert, in case you get this and you think, oh, he's told me already. Doesn't matter. What I tell you will never take away the grandeur of these two games. All right, Ryo Hazuki is a young Japanese boy, right, who witnessed his father get killed by the hands of Lan Di, a Chinese martial art master, because he was looking for, they look like tablets, but they call them mirrors. And they have, one has a phoenix and the other has a dragon. And apparently when they're combined, they do something mystical and magical. But Lan Di wants one. And Ryo Hazuki, his dad, apparently has one. And he witnesses the death of his father. And of course, as many good stories go, I must avenge the death of my father. And that's pretty much what it is. And you end up traveling the world in both games looking for Lan Di to avenge your father's death. But not only do you go looking for your revenge, you also make friends along the way. You end up having to work to earn money, to pay for things. You know, you have to sleep. There's time in this game. You have to wake up in the morning. You have to go and do your job, driving the forklift. You know, you can go to the pub and play darts in the evening or pool. You know, it's not an online game. Not at all. Unless there's any added extras they've added for the PS4 or Xbox One. But I've paid for this morning. I went onto the PlayStation Store this morning, and I have both consoles. I went onto PlayStation Store this morning and I paid my $24.99. Because for me, and these games have not been remastered at all, not to my knowledge. It is just both original games, but maybe with a 16.9 aspect ratio this time. They've not been digitally remastered. I don't believe they've been turned into HD graphical masterpieces. I don't care. The fact that I can now play Shenmue and Shenmue 2 on my PS4, for me, brings it all the way back to when I got my first Dreamcast. And that was the first game I played on Dreamcast next to Sonic Adventure 2, which I also have on my PS3. But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm a 34-year-old man-child, basically. And for those of you who have never played Shenmue, or if you're a gamer and you've heard about it and you've never actually played it because you can't find it, because believe me, Shenmue 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, if you find them in mint condition, they're worth a fortune. If you have it and you think, I've not played this for a while, I'm going to get rid of it, and it's in an excellent condition, for the love of God, man, do not get rid of that game. Keep it. It is worth a fortune. I saw Shenmue 2 for Dreamcast in the computer exchange about 2 weeks ago, selling for over £40. £40! I wish I'd kept it. I wish I'd kept it on the original Xbox, to be fair. You know? But it's just one of those things. But now I can play both. I have purchased them. I spent my $24.99 on both games. And my PlayStation is currently sleeping and downloading both. And I can't wait. Because what was going to happen is I'm working today and I'm working tomorrow and I'm not working on Monday. My plan was to finish work tomorrow evening on Sunday, come home and spend about 4, maybe 5 hours having a gaming sesh with my buddies. I was going to play the new Formula 1 2018 and crush their souls. But now I'm thinking I might just play Shenmue instead. I might just do that. I mean, getting through such an epic story, which takes a man called Ryo Hazuki around the world, takes him to Mexico in the second one. And do you know what? All I'm going to say is YouTube it. Google it or YouTube it. You'll probably see the videos. You'll think, what kind of crappy graphics are these? But what you need to remember is you might not think the graphics look like much by today's standards. But what you need to understand is from 1999 up to 2002, those graphics were absolutely groundbreaking. In fact, today, even by today's standards, Shenmue and Shenmue 2, for the power of the machine they were on, absolutely groundbreaking graphics with lip sync. When they speak, their lips were in sync, a good 90% in sync. And for its day, that was unheard of, absolutely unheard of. It's an amazing, amazing game. So like I said, if you have not got a copy of Shenmue, or if you've heard of it, or if you've seen this character in any of your Sega games called Ryo Hazuki, now you know who he is. You can go and play as him and play through his amazing adventure in Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. It is on the PlayStation Store for $24.99. More than likely on the Microsoft Store for the same money. I haven't checked yet. I'm not going to be downloading it on the Xbox. But no matter what you play it on, I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Anyway, bit of a different video today. I'm Chris, you've been watching Chris's Real Talk. If it's the first time you've joined me, subscribe, hit that notifications button, like the video. If you don't like the video, then hit that thumbs down, but do tell me why, because I always try and make these things better than they were before. I don't do this for me, I do this for you guys. You guys are amazing. Happy gaming, love you lots.